Good morning, market snipers. Welcome back. This is Jesse, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, right on the dot as usual. Here we go. We got a lot of charts to get into. If this is your first time, awesome. Welcome. We're going to go through as many charts as possible, the ones that we're going to kind of pick out here and there, see if anything catches our eye. Obviously, do an update on Bitcoin, crypto, stocks, and then any of your requests. So make sure to comment any requests that you have, anything you want me to chart. Just make sure to put in the ticker symbol if it's crypto versus stocks or even Forex, whatever it is. And let me know the details. Are you looking for a long position, short position, or are you already in a position? So with that, we're going to dive right in. We got to this is Bitcoin daily chart. We're going to do a dive into this one. You can see that there was a candle close below the trending dots. And then we had a second consecutive close below the trending dots. So we're going to come back and take a look at that. But overall, crypto heat map, you can see that Bitcoin is, about 1%. So after like a 10% drop, it's natural for a retracement, right? So it doesn't mean we're going to go to not all-time highs, but yeah, all-time highs as well. But it doesn't mean we're going to go through 2023 highs again. So we'll continue to watch it. One of the questions is, did it find support at target 3? Shorter term target 1, 2, 3, and 4. Looks like it's found temporary support at target 3. So we'll kind of take a look at that, and then we'll watch it over time. And then, like I said, Ethereum's 0.1%. So, overall looks kind of, for crypto, it's pretty much flat. When you're seeing 1 to 2% moves in a day or less than 1%, then it's a pretty flat day, right? Overall. Same with the stock market. Obviously, everyone's kind of waiting and holding their breath for Sir Powell to tell us what we're gonna do in life, right? So, with that, do we care? Do we care as market snipers? I guess we care, but do we even need to watch it? Because the next FOMC meeting is in 1 hour, basically 2 hours from now, and we're jumping on. We're already doing charts before that, so it's kind of flat right now, leading up to it. Everyone's taking a break, holding their breath, blah, blah, blah. But it's already the CME group, their tool, they already have it said that 98.2% chance that there's going to be no change in December, right? And they've been talking about that. They've had it on their tool for months now. So does it really even matter what he says? Because maybe the CME group and these bigger companies are running it anyways, right? So who knows? But 98.2%. And then you go to January, 92.2%. Seems like they know something we don't, right? Maybe they're not running it, but maybe they're getting some inside information. Who knows? But January 2024, no change is what they're estimating. And then, of course, it starts to become 50-50 with a 50% chance of no change. So this is speculation, right? So it's all speculation. We don't know. And then you get into May. Then they think there's going to be a lower rate by May and then June. So we'll see. At the end of the day, if we waited for that as market snipers, then we would be so far behind the curve. It's not even funny. So we don't do that. We trust the charts. We learn the charts. We obsess over the charts, and that's what this channel is all about: is doing the charts, right? So speaking of charts, we have that the S&P 500% of stocks above the 200-day moving average, right? So above the 200-day moving average. Remember, it hit a low here at 23% of all stocks above the 200-day moving average were above the 200-day moving average. So again, many investors think above the 200 week or above the 200-day, then it's a bull market. So 77% of all companies were basically in a bear market, according to like some definitions, right? Now we have 68% of the companies of the SP 500% of the companies are above the 200-day moving average. So just pointing that out. We did talk about a weekly MACD crossover on that chart as well, and it's back above some the MAs and stuff like that. So Bitcoin, it's starting to look like a Bart Simpson move, right? Or the U-turn pattern, whatever you want to call it, or round trip, right? So had this nice move, buy signal all the way up here. It was getting ultra bullish. It was getting overbought, reverse candle, came back down, never put in a lower high. So you would still be looking for a lower high, right? So is this going to build out a lower high? It's possible, but it's too early to say. And we turn on the targets. These are shorter term targets based off of like the 4-hour chart. So the 4-hour chart, it was breaking down in real time. And we did a video and we put out these targets before the breakdown, right? So we put the targets down before a breakdown. And and then while I was recording the video, it came down and hit all 3 targets. 3 out of the 4 targets so far. So if you drop down the 4-hour chart, you can kind of see what I was saying. It was a pending sell signal. Price was at about 43,300-ish when I was recording the video. And then I had these targets mapped out. And then during the video, it came down and hit this target here, hit target 3, hit it again, again. Looks like it's finding temporary support, get some sort of a reversal. This is a big move down. This was almost like a 10% move down. So you expect like a retracement. If the trend's going to continue lower, which we don't know yet, but if the trend is going to continue lower and come down and hit target 4 and or below, then you would expect some sort of a retracement anyways, put in a lower high and then continue down. We don't expect price on a 4-hour candle to come all the way straight down. It's always possible. But we don't expect that. So that's the 4-hour chart. You can see it's finding temporary support at target 3. We've been asking that question, right? Will it find support at target 3 or target 4? Bounce, and then of course we have higher targets and lower targets as well. So based off a longer term, this is a longer term target based off of the weekly chart. Remember, so you could always find bullish or bearish depending on what time frame you're on. But if you zoom out on the weekly chart, it's still ultra bullish on the weekly chart. So, but it's gotten pretty far. Price has gotten pretty far extended away from trending dots. Price has gotten pretty far extended away from moving averages, right? And if it plays out anything similar to the previous cycle, obviously each cycle is different, but you do look for similarities. You do look for possible clues of what could happen in the future. And so this is one of the things we've been talking about is this is the halving. It's projected April 18th, 2024. We're still kind of watching to see if it's going to either do 2 things, right? One, come up, hit this target, and then come back down, put in a higher low, possibly down in this target area, and then come back out right before the halving, and then move on into the real full bull cycle, right? So that's one scenario. The other scenario is if it doesn't go up and make higher highs, right, and put in additional bearish divergence and doesn't find support at these key shorter term targets, right, then we have this arrow down here where it comes down like this and then kind of comes out like that. So either scenario is a buy the dip scenario, in my opinion. So we're not talking about $12,000 Bitcoin, right? And we're not talking about $100,000 Bitcoin before 2023, right? So it's a trader's game now. There's paper Bitcoin out there. So we're not talking about $12,000. We're not talking about $100,000. We're talking about either, somewhere from that 44 to 48,000, or all the way back down to a confluence area around like 32 to 34,000, possibly before the next halving, and then put in a higher low for the next possible buy the dip scenario. And then that's when, it could get exciting. That's when it could be another full bull run. And it starts to come out. And then once price comes up in this target and then breaks above it and flips this from resistance into support, then you can start to see a faster move. Then once you get back above the $65,000 Bitcoin, at that point, this is a lot of speculation, by the way. Smash the like button, smash the subscribe button. Help me, help you, help me. West Diddy, let's go, Market Snipers. Good morning from Southern California. Yep, that's where I'm at. Alejandro, good morning. Welcome back. Rick's Money Makers Helton. Good morning, Market Snipers. Welcome. Lawrence, what up, Lawrence? Welcome back, everyone. Good to see you guys back, guys and gals. Sep Her, yo, what up, Sep Her? 0TH77. Woo, woo. Tesla John, welcome back, Tesla John. Good morning. Tesla closed yesterday back above the trend line, but gap down this morning, had a perfect retest of the trend line break and resumed down. Are there any targets for support mapped out? Thank you. Yeah, we can take a look at the second half. Lucasian, what up, Lucasian? Welcome back. Good morning, Market Snipers. I didn't get a chance to put this in, but good morning, Market Snipers. There you go. There you go. Now we're in. All right. So that's Bitcoin. Let's see. Daily chart, just kind of, tie it all back in together, right? You got the halving. And so it's still overall, the weekly chart is still ultra bullish. You got to keep that in mind, right? Overall, the weekly chart is still ultra bullish. So it is possible that it still comes back up and hits this target before possibly a deeper correction. Obviously, none of this is financial advice. This is for education and entertainment purposes only. Always do your own research and make your own decisions. That's what you have to do. You have to control your own destiny, right? Control your own trading and investing. At least a portion of it, right? You could still have other people managing stuff. That's not what I do. I don't manage yours. I manage mine, right? So, but I try to teach you the best I can, to manage your own and do it. Brandon, good morning, everyone. Hope you're all making money. Yep. Hopefully, I hope everyone's making money and changing their financial situation for the better. That would be great, and that's our goal, right? So the weekly chart is still ultra bullish. The daily chart is still bullish, but it's below the trending dots as of right now. And you can see the trending dots are starting to curl back over. It did that back here, right? So it doesn't mean it's for sure going down, right? We're going to stay neutral. That's what you're going to see a lot on this channel. I'm committed to being non-committal, right? So I'm committed to being non-committal. So we don't want to get too bullish or too bearish. Obviously, we're getting ultra bullish, right? We're getting bullish with, in the back of our mind, we're gonna remain ultra neutral, right? While we're ultra bullish, we're gonna try to stay ultra neutral, because then you start hearing the talks. I saw it. I'm sure you did too. The noise, right? The news getting involved, the media news getting involved, right? For TV. Then you got YouTubers, you got Twitter X app people, right? They're all calling for, first it started with like $100,000 Bitcoin. And then I started seeing TV and Twitter X app folk and YouTubers like that start talking about the super cycle again and $1 million Bitcoin. This is not new. There was going to be a super cycle last bull run, right? There was talks of $1 million Bitcoin last bull cycle. Here we are 2 years later. We still haven't even hit $100,000 Bitcoin. We haven't even made an all-time high in 2 years. So doesn't mean we can't, doesn't mean we won't, but expecting it to take a little bit more time to play out. And it's not just, up only to hit $100,000, by end of 2023. Or the 2022 calls that were out there. G-Rod, let's get it. Sniper, queens, and kings. That's right, G-Rod. Thank you for adding the queens. There are sniper females in the Discord. There are sniper females watching. And I would put them up against many snipers out there. So don't forget them. Don't sleep on the female snipers out there. They're market killers out there, right? They're sniper in the markets. Anyways, so that's Bitcoin. Did it find support at target 3, right? Could there be a buy signal in the near future on the 4-hour chart? Sure, there could be, but it's the 4-hour chart, right? And from a big move down like this on this pivot, a 10% move down, you expect retracements, right? Typically not, but typically you just don't see a 40% move straight down, right? Or 30%, or 20%, or 10%. Typically, you see some sort of retracement, then possibly down from there. So we'll see. It could just retrace back up, put in a lower high, right? And then start to make its way down. We don't know yet. It's too early to say. But this is what we were watching in real time. And that video that I put out back on Sunday, my time, so 3 days ago, Still relevant. My two thoughts, I take a deeper dive, 27-minute video. Definitely go check it out over there. What else? What else? Let's keep going. Let's take a look at crypto from a daily standpoint, right? So Ethereum, 0.24%. This is what we're kind of watching. Hit this longer term target too. Hit this longer term target too on Ethereum. Today is our 69th consecutive live stream. Thank you for all of your support. I appreciate you. And thanks for smashing a like and subscribing, right? Can we check out Hood buy the dip opportunity, or do we hate it? I don't know. We could definitely take a look at it, but I don't know if we hate it or not, right? We can take a look at Hood. So Ethereum daily chart, right, had a nice move from this buy signal at $1,600 on the daily chart. Got ultra bullish, consolidated, pushed up again, got ultra bullish, consolidating, broke back down below this trend line and trending dots, pushed back up, broke down, pushed back up. The more it pushes, the more it breaks down, the less likely it's going to continue to push up, right? So it does. There's, what I've been talking about in the Discord for a long time, and even on the Twitter X app for a very long time, is that expect fake outs along the way. Always expect fake outs along the way. So you may get stopped out from time or two. You may take profit before it's too early sometimes, and then you jump back in, stuff like that. You got to expect fake outs along the way, right? At least 2 or 3. The market makers wouldn't be doing their job if they didn't try to trip us up at least 2 to 3 times on a big move, right? So we'll continue to watch it and sniper it. But there is bearish divergence, right? Just as on Bitcoin, there's bearish divergence. And the indicator is picking it up, right? So you got bearish divergence on RSI, right? And you've got higher highs. So you got lower highs on RSI. You've got higher highs on price. And it can remain diverged. But the chances are becoming less and less likely. So back here, we talked about bearish divergence followed by reverse candle. But it was pretty early. So we're still watching. Is this a lower high? It wasn't. Was this a lower high? It wasn't. And then we were talking, hey, multiple times, watch it is wick, wick, wick. And then it started looking like it was still holding, consolidating. And then it started pushing up here. And then it was looking like the breakout to the upside. And we said, look, with this candle close back above, taking this out, higher probabilities, we're going to see higher prices. And we did, right? Now we're at bearish divergence again. So is it going to remain diverged? Is there going to be additional bearish divergence? There could be. There could be additional bearish divergence. So find support at target 3 on Bitcoin. Could push higher while RSI continues to go down. But eventually, price is going to catch up to RSI. So if it is diverged, right, and it remains diverged, eventually it'll catch up. When? We don't know. We don't have a magic crystal ball. So we'll continue to watch it. Back to Ethereum, crypto, right? We'll look at Ethereum. And it's below the trending dots. It's below the trend line. Looks like it back tested this upward trend line that was drawn out at 22.24. So we're going to find out if the trending dots are going to kind of like roll over and start to go red, right? And it comes back up like this and then goes down lower, right? So you'd see like targets, right? Just kind of the eyeball test, right? And then will it build out a higher low, right? Before the halving possibly, and then come back out. That's kind of the scenario that it could do, right? If Bitcoin's going to do that, it's possible Ethereum does that, and it's possible the alts will do that and or will do that, right? So Chainlink, right, came up and hit the 200-week moving average, hit this longer-term target 1. We do have bearish divergence on Chainlink, followed by a sell signal, right? So whereas Ethereum and Bitcoin don't have a sell signal yet, Chainlink had a sell signal on the daily chart. And if we look at, let's see, get back on here. So you had not bearish divergence, but then you had bearish divergence here. So bearish divergence. Now we have a sell signal. And then are we looking for, is there going to be a lower high as well? So is there going to be a retracement? You can see the trending dots are starting to curl over and are red already. So is Chainlink kind of leading the way? Possible. So but expect retracements along the way. Is it finding support here? Comes back up in here, possibly puts in a lower high, and then comes back down. It's possible, right? So you got bearish divergence here, you got a sell signal, and then it's going to put in a lower high. We'll find out. But as of right now, it is bearish on the daily chart. Let's take a look at the weekly chart. And the weekly chart is currently no longer ultra bullish, right? So it flipped ultra bullish back here at $10. We talked about the buy signal back here. It flipped bullish. There's a buy signal on the weekly chart back here. We did a video on it more than 2 months ago, talking about it, calling it out, right? So we had that buy signal on the weekly chart, flipped up here, regained the 200-week moving average. We were wondering if it would hit the target up here at 200-week moving average. We were wondering if it would hit this longer-term target up here. We do have longer-term weekly targets up there, but it doesn't mean it can't retrace or consolidate, kind of let the trending dots catch up, letting the moving averages kind of catch up. It was getting pretty far extended, right? Getting top heavy over here, consolidate possibly sideways, and then maybe there's even a retracement, kind of fills this area down here, and then moves up after that, right? So that's chain link. As of right now, it is bearish on the daily chart. It is consolidating. And remember, it pushed up pretty far right here. And there's not a lot of like filler here, right? There's not a lot of, so we'll see if over time, over the next month or so, either continues to consolidate, lets everything catch up, or if it comes all the way back down and retraces. So we'll find out. There is bearish divergence, and then there's a sell signal on Chainlink. Solana, bearish divergence, right? Bearish divergence. There's no sell signal yet. It's still above the trending dots. It was breaking down here. There's probably a pending sell signal. I think I even I can't remember now. I post so many charts. I can't remember. Is there on the 12-hour chart there was a sell signal? Yep, there was a sell signal on the 12-hour chart. There was bearish divergence. Was breaking down from the trending dots. Trending dots are trending down on the 12-hour chart. Bearish divergence, sell signal, right? Possible even lower high on the 12-hour chart. So, the lower time frame you go, you can always find a sell or a buy, right? So, but the daily chart still bullish currently, and so that's Solana. Cardano ultra bullish, was all the way up here, back up at 63 cents. This is a 12-hour chart. Let's get off of that. Still ultra bullish on the daily chart. We'll see if it makes another high here, right? See if it makes another high. Weekly chart, still ultra bullish, right? So there's no signs of reversal on Cardano. Cardano looks a little bit different, and it was lagging time-wise. So there's a weekly chart, buy signal back here on end of October. So it's kind of lagging time-wise, and it's still ultra bullish on the weekly chart. So I would just kind of leave it at that, right? It's still ultra bullish on the weekly chart, and it doesn't look like there's any signs of reversal yet. Still ultra bullish on the daily chart. So expect, at least possibly a retest of the 200-week moving average. I don't want to say at least or expect, right? But it's trending towards the 200-week moving average. And you got these longer-term targets up here that Chainlink has already hit, that Cardano has not hit yet. So Cardano is ultra bullish on the daily, ultra bullish on the weekly chart, and is pushing higher as of right now, up 6% as of right now. And there's no bearish divergence on the daily chart or the weekly chart or anything like that right now. So it is, we'll see how the daily candle closes. If we're to close back down below here, that wouldn't be a good sign, right? But if you do get a candle close above that 59 cents, then if you're already in a long position, you're probably trying to push it as long as possible on Cardano, right? AKA ADA. Matic, bearish divergence on the daily chart, reverse candle, no sell signal yet on Matic. It's still above the trending dots, but there is bearish divergence and there is a reverse candle on the daily chart. Near, we've got bearish divergence, right? Bearish divergence going all the way back to November 1st. So something to pay attention to. We got another RSI sell signal right? Had one back here, dropped down for a little bit, pumped all the way back up, right? Then a buy signal on the RSI, and then push back up again. Additional bearish divergence. It doesn't mean it can't continue this divergence, right? It just, in my opinion, it's just becoming less and less likely, right? We expect bearish divergence. We expect future bearish divergence. Now we're starting to expect less likely of future bearish divergence, right? So we just had another MACD bearish crossover. Or nope, pending. Not even a bearish MACD crossover yet, but it is pending. We have a pending RSI sell signal. We don't even have a sell signal yet, but there's bearish divergence. And if that's it, we could see prices, eyeball test $1.90, $1.60, and then possibly all the way back down to $1.50, right? Back to $1.50. Not financial advice. Don't forget to take profits along the way. If that's your plan is to swing trade the daily chart, right? Down 3% today. Dot, right? Dot. Possible bearish divergence there, right? Possible bearish divergence. And so could see a retracement. Too early to say. It was ultra bullish, overbought, broke down, ultra bullish, overbought, possibly breaking down again. I don't know. It's too early to say. It's still bullish on the daily chart. So that's what we're gonna talk about there. Mana, bearish divergence, right? Bearish divergence, reverse candle. It's holding on for dear life. Is there going to be a sell signal in the near future on Mana? We don't know yet. Down 2% there. Bitfarm, right? Ultra bullish on Bitfarm daily chart. Ultra bullish on Bitfarm daily chart. Filled this small gap up here. We could probably take that off. It was loading. We talked about it loading this target. This is what we looked at. What else? G-Rod. Rivian 3-day sell pending on sharpshooter. Okay. Awesome, G-Rod. Oh, G-Rod. I don't even know. What's your Discord name? I didn't know you're pending on sharpshooter candle. I didn't know you're in the Discord. G-Rod, let me know. I forget. Everyone's got a different name. I forget who's in, who's out. Jesse, when you get a second, been holding a fat sack of FET and would like your take on profit-taking strategy. Seems like it could pop up. Builder. Oh, G-Rod. Builder. Oh, the builder. You're a contest winner, aren't you? The builder, G-Rod. Oh, we've had several conversations over there. Even in the private direct messages over there. The builder, G-Rod. How could I forget? You're a contest winner too, I think, right? Oh, nice. Cool, man. Awesome. Good to see you. Longtime sniper. We've had good conversations over there. And then also a contest winner. Seems like it could pop up again. Another 30 life changing. Yeah. Don't forget to take profits away. Here's the thing. Here's my thought process on the life changing, right? When it starts to get crazy and it starts to look like we're starting to look like we could do no wrong and we're going to go to the moon and we're going to make life-changing money. Once we start, we got to have our own internal clock, right? We got to have our own internal clock. And yes, they could go to the moon and make life-changing money, right? It is possible. But once we start saying those words out loud, right? When your mom calls you, when your friends are saying, "Hey, did you see crypto or Bitcoin? Or did you see that?" Or you start seeing like everyone get ultra bullish and excited, and our own internal clock is, "Hey, we can make some life-changing money." We haven't even looked at FET, so we'll take a look at it in the second half of the stream. This is just a temperature gauge. When we start saying life-changing money, we got to start looking at our internal clock and looking like, hey, we have to treat this like a business, right? And if you treat this like a business, if you've ever owned a business or tried starting a business, you would take profits, right? You wouldn't say, hey, let's not take profits today to pay the bills. Let's not take profits to lock it in to like, that, hey, we got to keep this business running, right? At the end of the day, we got to lock in those gains and keep this business running stuff like that. So just remember the internal clock. If you're starting to say life-changing money, just be aware of it, especially when we're not, in my opinion, in the full bull run. There's going to be and there are going to be some outliers. There's going to be some FET outliers possibly, right? Where it just goes on to make insane gains, even though we're not in the full bull run. And you want to try to push it as long as possible. So with all that said, we'll definitely take a look at it. But just keep in mind when you're starting to say life-changing money, or other people are, maybe someone else said that, right? Just remember, it's okay to take profits and then look for the next one, right? There'll always be another opportunity. We should check out ARC. Okay, you got it. Any take on that? Appreciate it. Yep. Okay. Not financial advice. Definitely not financial advice, obviously. The builder, my man. Yes, sir. Okay. Cool. Smash those likes, everyone. Let's help Jesse help us help him. Yes, we have 20 watching, only 10 likes. Let's show some love. Thank you, Rick's Moneymaker Consultant. I appreciate that. Let's get back to it. Bitfarm is up 10% today. Continues to be ultra bullish. Could it make a run to the next target? It seems like it possibly could, right? Also, if our side doesn't make a higher high, right, and price does, then it's going to start to put in bearish diversions. So we'll just be aware of it. Something to put on the radar, right? Hut, God, Hut. When is Hut going to take off, right? Remember, I said it would be some patience that would happen, but it did break down, right? It did take out a stop loss there. It would have taken out stop losses there. And if you put in stop loss and stuff, most likely you're taking out. Or if it was starting to break down and you're like got out before it took out the stop losses, right? Then that's where it's at right now. So it's still bearish on the daily chart. On Hut, up 1.6%. If it starts to regain this trend line, that's a positive sign. And then comes back up, retest the trending dots, that's a positive sign. And then regains the trending dots and or this trend line, that's a positive sign that we can come up and hit some targets. The targets would have to be readjusted since a lower price was put in, right? So I'd have to readjust those targets. So as of right now, it's still bearish on Hut. Nothing to see there as of right now. Up 1.6%. You probably have to drop down to like a 4-hour chart. It's still bearish even on the 4-hour chart. So nothing to really see there. Still bearish on all time frames, right? So that's Hut. Hive. What a massive move. Just missed target 2. Toe tapped it not once but twice. Broke down, had a sell signal, reverse candle, and it's just, it was got very gappy, right? Got very gappy. It's below the trending dots, similar to Bitcoin on the daily chart. So we'll see if it regains, possibly comes in, puts in a lower high, comes back down, or if it finds support, regains it. This was it. This was the lower high, regains it, comes back up and pushes higher. So Hive up 1.76% today. Did have another buy signal. So it has sell signal, another buy signal, but it is below the trending dots. So it is possible it came all the way back down. Would have hit almost 4 targets to the downside on a retracement, right? Almost. I have it mapped out for the Discord, and I posted it. I believe I'm pretty sure I posted it with the targets mapped out with all the details. Looks like it just missed. Probably hit it today, right? So probably hit it today. Just missed it here. So yeah, it would have hit the 4th target today. See if it found support and then pushes up higher after that. So huge move up. Doesn't look like it, but it was a huge move up, right? 44%. Wild animal catching lightning in a bottle. Push all the way back down. Looks like it retraced, hit 4 targets to the downside, and then see if it finds support and pushes up higher after that. So that's Hive. Clean Spark has flipped back, ultra bullish, back above the 200-week moving average, right? Pushed up, came back down. It's pushing back up. We'll see if it takes out that high there at $10. We'll see, but it is currently pushing up ultra bullish right now in Clean Spark. Marathon Digital could look similar, could flip back up, but there's no bearish divergence or anything. Let's see, Clean Spark. Let's take a look at it. So we'll see. We'll see how the day closes, right? Could could flip back to just bullish. We'll see how the day closes. Up 7%, currently ultra bullish there. Riot, toe tapped, push all the way back down. It was getting really far extended away from the trending dots and the moving averages, right? So retrace back down. Looks like it's found support, right? We'll see how the day closes. See it kind of push back up like that, and then we'll go from there. We'll see if there's going to be lower highs or not. If so, then we could see a deeper retracement. Too early call it right now. Nasdaq's pretty flat, right? It's been ultra bullish on the daily chart. It's been pushing up. And that's it. There's not much really else to point out, right? There was it's been ultra bullish, been pushing up, and it's just flat today. There's just not much to report. 0.17%. SP 500 flat, but it's in ultra bullish territory. You know, we got this long upward trend line, kind of tried to push up, try to push up, tries to push up. Is it losing momentum, right? Is it losing momentum? It's possible. It's been an amazing rally, right? Amazing push up all the way from these lows here where it's getting oversold. That's a massive move. In these bigger markets, 14% is a massive move, right? So it's nothing to say that's not a massive move. And then the dollar, right? It's hit two targets to the upside, and it's also flat. So not much to report. 10-year yield is still bearish, still trending down. Is this the bottom? Possible, right? We're gonna find out if it is or not. How much time do we have? We still have an hour 23 minutes till Fed. The Fed speaks. Do we care? I don't know. Do we care? Comment if you care. SPY looks pretty good. I mean, it was looking good, right? It's still ultra bullish on SP 500 futures. So, you know, it's kind of flat today. It's still ultra bullish overall on the daily chart. Weekly chart is still bullish, right? Took out the 2023 highs there, and it's challenging 2021 highs, right? So challenging 2021 highs. It's up at 4,700. Big move up. Doesn't mean it can't keep moving up, right? And it did take out this. So at some point, you would expect some sort of a retracement. But remember, it was getting sold off. It was getting ultra bearish on the daily chart, oversold. And then there's a reverse candle on the daily chart. Buy signal back here in November, and it just continues to push up. Trending dots are way back here at 44.40. So it could be a retracement at some point, but it's still bullish on the daily chart. Still ultra bullish on the daily chart and bullish on the weekly chart as of right now. So kind of flat overall on the day, right? But bullish on the weekly chart. So that's what we're kind of watching as of right now. Russell 2000 0.71% today on the daily chart, and because it did a little bit of a gap up. So that's what we're kind of watching. Let's take a look at the Magnificent Seven, and then we'll get into your not much to report. Everything's kind of flat today, so we'll just look at Tesla. Tesla, we talked about it on the daily chart. There was a there was a pending sell signal yesterday, right? So there's a pending sell signal yesterday. We covered it. And then it pushed back up. So price was down here at 233. There was a pending sell signal below this trend line. And it pushed all the way back up, right? And then closed below the trend line. And we had these arrows mapped out days or weeks in advance, right? So days and weeks in advance, we had this mapped out way ahead of time. And so we were watching, waiting for the consolidation. Consolidating was bearish divergence. This is why this is here. There's bearish divergence. And then it was looking like a possible lower high. So this is what we're kind of watching there. So let's go back to Tesla's John. Closed yesterday back above the trend line. Yep. So if we take this off, we can kind of see it for a second. So it was pending sell signal and then pushed all the way back up, right? Closed back above. But it was giving us kind of like a warning shot. It was a pending sell signal. And then that was kind of like your warning shot that, hey, Either it was a fake out or this is the fake out with the close back above and it's going to push it back down. So you really had two options yesterday if you were trading Tesla, and I wasn't. I wasn't trading it, but it was a pending sell signal and it was pushing back down. At that point, it was decision time, right? It was coming to a decision time, and that's what we were talking about. It's either going to break out hard to the upside, right? Or it's going to break down from this trend line here. And it was getting closer to a decision time. And then it came down. It was a pending sell signal, and either that was going to be a fake out and it was pushing it back up, or this is going to be a fake out. And now it's starting to look like that was the fake out back to the upside. Now we have another pending sell signal for the second candle in a row. And so it's less likely that it's going to be the breakout for now. So we move this down here, right? So whenever that future breakout is anywhere along that trend line, a longer term breakout, it could take some time to play out. So let's just do that, right? Let's move this down, right? And so this is becoming more and more likely that this is the breakdown. So we're watching it. It's a pending sell signal on the daily chart. And that's what we're kind of watching, waiting. And I'll have to map this out, right? Or I'll post it in the Discord if you're interested. But this is probably target one right there. That's probably target one. Maybe it's a little bit higher. So it's already probably hit target one, possibly close to target two, target three, and then you probably got target four back there around the 200-week moving average. So if this is going to put in a higher low and you're bullish long term, like Tesla John always is, there's nothing wrong with that, right? I just, Tesla John is always a big supporter and stuff like that. So we appreciate it. So we'll talk about it. So if pending sell signal, if it finds support here, it's possible to find support at target two, right? Possible it breaks down, finds support at target three, and then goes. Possible it comes all the way back down, finds support at target four, and goes. This is where you're going to be wrong. If you're bullish on Tesla, you're looking to possibly buy the dip. It's going to find support at a key target area with it. It didn't find support at target one. It's possible to find support at target two. So let's remove target one just for talking about purposes, right? So here, let's change this to orange so we can see it. So we'll do this on the live, right? And then we'll change these so we can kind of see and map it out a little bit. This is kind of the game plan, right? This would be kind of my game plan on Tesla if I was going to buy it. I don't have any plans to buy it, but we'll kind of map this out. This is kind of like my thought process. So you got bearish divergence, right? You got a lower high, and then is it going to put in a higher low, right? So target one seems to be hit. This is probably target two. Let's flip this. All these hypotheticals. I'll have to really map it out. But target one most likely got hit. Seems like target two on an eyeball test, been doing this a long time. Seems like target two got hit. Will it find support and bounce? That is the question. And if so, this could be a longer term breakout from there, right? If it doesn't, then we're going to find out if it hits target three, right? If it comes back down, hits target three, it's pretty gappy back down here. It partially filled this gap, but it didn't fully fill this gap at 225. So that is something to pay attention to, right? And if we look back longer term, right, you do have a small gap back here, 147. I know. We're talking crazy talk. There is a gap down here at 146 that we talked about. It's 5%, right? And there is a partial fill down here, but it's something that we did cover back here a long time ago, right? At 146. And there is a macro target that was never hit at 100, right? Or at $98. It got within $2 of hitting my longer term macro target to the downside. It never did. So that is also a possibility. So we don't want to just be ultra bullish, right? We did the macro bullish case based off of the charts and the weekly chart with the green arrow. But remember, if it loses the 200-week moving average, this longer term target back here is back on the table. As of right now, we don't have to worry about it, right? We don't have to think about it, right? But so this is the way. So if it starts breaking back down from this target 4 and the 200-week moving average, then we're going to start to see prices break back down, possibly come back down, retest 152, and then there is a gap of 146, and there are longer macro targets to the downside that are a possibility. So this is the longer term possible downside. This is the longer term possible target to the upside. So that's what we're kind of waiting and watching for. You can see this big consolidation. It seems like it's going to be a big move down, right? I'm sorry. It's going to be a big move, whether it's up or down. It seems like it's going to be a bigger move, right? So we'll wait and watch for it. It's a pending sell signal. Don't get chopped up in this, right? This is a nice massive move up, nice massive move up, move down, move up, move down. It's going to go through this consolidation period and it's going to coil. And after a big move up, it's a lesser move down, lesser move up, lesser move down, lesser move up, big move down, lesser move up, lesser move down, and then possibly a bigger move up. So you might have caught this big move up. We nailed a bunch of targets to the upside. Remember, we nailed a bunch of targets to the downside. We nailed it, right? And then it becomes more and more consolidated, right? And then you're going to start to make less on these moves, less on this move, less on this move, and then there's a potential, right? So it's coiling, right? It was coiling back here. It's going to retrace, it's going to coil, and then in this coiling area, it seems like a bigger move to the downside or a bigger move to the upside. So remain neutral. That's a big, it's a long talk on Tesla, but that's what we're kind of watching for. And if it puts in a higher low, just could get rejected again, come back down, right? It's going to go through this coiling consolidation period. May take some time to play out. May take a month or two, up and down, all around. That's what we're talking about. And many people love it in the Discord when I'm joking around and like, this is the plan, right? This is the plan, and then a big move out to the upside, or it just breaks down, right? So we got two. This is the TA right here. There we go. You're welcome. Hope that helps. Let me know if you have any follow-up questions on that. What else? So that was Tesla. Let's get into it. Oh, FET. All right, where are we at? I'm lost. All right, so we had Tesla. There we go. FET. Oh, Hood. Okay, Hood's first. All right, we'll take a look at Hood. All. So, Hood. Daily chart. Had a nice move up back here, May 2023. Big move up, big consolidation, right? This is a multi-month consolidation, big move down, right? So you've got Hood as a 40% correction, roughly 133 days. What is that? I don't know, 4 months. 4 months. Let's see, May, July. Yeah, so June, August, September. About a 4-month consolidation, right? And then another big move up. So it was ultra bullish. And I haven't even charted it, right? So it was ultra bullish on Hood. And it's getting pretty far extended away from the moving averages and the trending dots, it seems like. And it's currently not ultra bullish, right? It's only bullish right now on Hood. So it could go through, a retracement, a consolidation, kind of let everything catch up, and then possibly make another move up. So can we look at Hood, buy the dip opportunity, or do we hate it? Well, many people might hate it, especially if you watch if you weren't around during the whole GameStop and all that. I was around for that. I was taking trades on it, helping the cause, not with a lot of money, and I wasn't diamond hands or anything like that. But I threw $1,000 at it. GameStop, and once I was up $1,600, I was out, right? So from 1,000 to 1,600, I'm all about the cause, but the wrong cause, right? The cause that treat it like a business. So yeah, I flipped $1,000 into 1,600. I was a part of it, but I didn't move the markers, and of course, I guess stick to my cost, which is swing trading and make money off of it and treat it like a business. So no, I didn't have diamond hands, but yeah, if you weren't around in trading, investing, or don't remember the GameStop uh, craziness, well, there's a movie out on it now, and so whether we like it or hate it, right? Hood. Uh, that's up to you. You know, you just got to know that probably a lot of these exchanges, a lot of these brokers, you just have to know that behind it sucks. But the people who run it, the people that you may hate, right? The Citadels and stuff like that, they are the casino, right? They are the casino, and the house will always win. So even when you have a small glimpse of trying to run it with GameStop and short squeeze the hedge funds, that was probably a one-time thing, right? And when they got caught off sides, yeah, one hedge fund or two might take the fall, but Citadel, all that stuff, they're not going to lose, right? The casino is not going to lose in the long run, and we're not trying to beat the casinos. We're not trying to beat the Citadels. We're trying to be they're the sharks, right? We're trying to be the cleaner fish of the sharks and swim with those sharks and not get eaten by those sharks, right? So anyways, do we hate them? Yeah, we probably hate them, but also they provide the liquidity. They being the casinos, they provide the money for investing and for trading, right? So we also need them. They're the evil empire that we need, right? If we want to do this. So, anyways, Hood, not to get off on a tangent. That's just some side talk, right? Some side talk on it. You brought it up, not me. Robinhood markets, bullish on the daily chart. Let's take a look at the weekly chart. Let's take a look at the weekly chart. So the weekly chart is bullish. That was a big move, right? It looks like a big move up from there, like even from the trending dots on one weekly candle, 25%. So you would expect probably a little bit of a clawback, right? Let the trending dots kind of catch up. It might consolidate for a couple of weeks, right? It might consolidate. Could just be a pump and dump too, right? Pump, dump, and it's right back down to these lower levels. It's too early to say, right? You've got a possible macro higher low, right? Possible macro higher low. And so, it just you got to be mindful that when it just goes straight up, it usually comes straight back down, consolidates, and then it's a possible buy the dip opportunity. So that's what you're kind of probably watching, waiting for. You might have to drop down to a lower time frame because it just moved up so quickly. There's not much to say. And if you're looking at the 4-hour chart, you know, you have the nice buy signal there. Uh, it's possible that you had bearish divergence here, so maybe it retraces for another possible buy the dip. You can even see here there's a nice area there with the gap there. So eyeball test, you could probably see that, maybe even retraces back to like $10 for the possible buy the dip. So yeah, I mean, I would just be patient, have your plan laid out, G-Rod, and kind of watch it. Maybe even have to watch it on the lower time frames. But you even got a sell signal with a ton of bearish divergence on the 1-hour chart. Doesn't saying it happens, but it seems like you could possibly get lower prices. It was pretty gappy there, right? So bearish divergence, sell signal on the 1-hour chart. So that's what I'd kind of watch it there. But yeah, possible buy the dip opportunity lines up with kind of clawing back this big move here and possibly all the way back. Eyeball test. This would probably be about target 4, right? So that'd be probably about target 4 and Hood. Hope that helps. Let me know. Dang, G-Rod, how many you got? Okay, you're a long-time market sniper. I got you. All right, but how many you have? All right, Rivian. I know I have it on here. I know I have Rivian on here. Let's see. Let's take a look at Rivian. What is it? 3-day sell pending on the sharpshooter. Okay, 3-day sell. Got it. All right, so looks like I did some classic Jesse classic JO TA. Looks very similar to the TA we did on Tesla just now, right? So you got this big downward trend line, right? You got this big dip, big move up, down, up, down, up, down. I mean, it looks almost identical. If we put the fractal on Tesla, should we do that for fun? Right? Let's do that for fun. Let's do that for fun. Who's here? We got some viewers. Okay. Should we do some fun? Smash the comments, smash the likes, smash the subscribe. Nah, no Rivian. Okay. G-Rod. Okay. Yeah, I hate Hood as a brand. Same with Rivian, but they both seem to be up and coming. Well, you can still trade it whether you love it or hate it, right? Whether you love or hate it, if you're neutral and you trade the charts, you know, if you have conviction, you're like, no, I hate it. I don't want to trade it unless that's fine. But don't just short something because you hate it, because it could rip in the other way, right? So don't trade something because you hate it in a negative way. But if you hate it and still buy the dip on it, then that seems more acceptable. But yeah, let's get back to Rivian. And then should we put on the fractal? It looks kind of similar. I don't know. It looks kind of similar. Where are we at? Oh, Rivian. Okay. We'll come back to FET. Don't worry. We're going to come back to FET. Magnificent 7. Let's go over here and do this live, right? Okay. This is what you do, right? Come over here and where is it at? Where is that? No. There we go. Bars pattern. Come back down here. Let's do it all the way from the bottom. All the way to the bottom. All the way to, let's just say here, right? Okay. And then we have to copy it. And then move over to, let's go back to Rivian. And, oh, man. This is going to take up too much time. Probably won't do this in the future, right? But all right, let's add it to Rivian. Let's go over here like that, just for fun. Okay, here we go. Let's move that over like this, so you can kind of see some similarities right here. I don't know if we can see it. Let's change this to blue. Let's see what happens. Okay. So a lot of similarities, right? So you got this big move up, you get this big move up. You get this move down, you get this move down. Pumps up, pumps down like that. Pumps up, pumps down, comes all the way down, right? Almost identical, right? So this is like pattern recognition. You kind of see like other stocks move similar. And oh, by the way, they're both electric cars, right? So if you kind of like move this here, let me just adjust this, right? Let's adjust this. Oh, there we go. There we go. I mean, fractals don't play out exactly, and fractals don't, stay correlated, in my opinion, for more than like 2 months. If it's correlated for more than 2 months, then it's a little bit different. And there's a sell signal in Tesla, right? So it's coming back down. But you can see there are similarities, right? So even from here, you kind of move this like that, right? So look at that. So big move up and then big move down, right? And then big move up, and you have to kind of adjust it, but you can kind of see all the similarities. Boom, 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 boom. So that's a lot of things that we do, right? So we don't trade just the fractal, obviously, but we use them for ideas, right? So if we recognize a pattern and we kind of see it consolidating, very similar to like Tesla and Rivian, maybe we can get an edge of where if one breaks out before the other, right? If one breaks out before the other and the other one hasn't broken out and there's a similar looking fractal, then it's possible that we can say that, say if Tesla breaks out first, right? Maybe Tesla is Bitcoin and maybe Rivian is Ethereum, right? And maybe Tesla breaks out first. And then you see Rivian kind of lagging, but has a very similar pattern. That's when the magic can sometimes happen. So that's why fractals and patterns, and you probably even throw in Elliott waves and Wyckoffs or Weekoffs. Everyone calls it Wyckoff, but I think it's pronounced Weekoff. Don't quote me on that, but I think so. I'm not a Weekoffer. Wyckofer or Elliott Waiver, but I think they could be used for as ideas and even like patterns like wedges and stuff like that, right? So, but it shouldn't be used by its own. Like I wouldn't trade something on a pattern just by itself. I would want other reasons why. This is a long explanation, I know, but so Rivian, that's something that you could probably put on your radar. Is if you're an avid trader of Rivian or Tesla, I'm not trading either one right now. But if you were, maybe Tesla or Rivian, one will lead the way, and maybe one will lag, and will give you a clue, right? It will give you a clue, like, hey, one's playing out, one's not. Maybe one is lagging time wise, and then you could even see the one that's leading the way, what targets is it hitting, and will the one that's lagging time wise hit those same targets, right? So that's what we go through on a daily basis on the process. And that's what I go through on a daily basis in my mind, right? So that's Rivian. It's going through this big consolidation move. So is it going to be a breakdown, or is it going to be a higher low like I talked about in the past? Is it going to, kind of break down here similar to Tesla? Is it going to break down similar to Tesla, right? It already has a sell signal, puts in another higher low, kind of retraces this, and then look for that bigger move to the upside. So it's possible Big Brother Tesla is leading the way, right? And it's possible it continues to consolidate until January or February, whenever that is, and then a possible bigger move to the upside. So this is fun. Thank you. Thanks, Tesla John. Thanks, G Rod, for bringing it up. And then, we discover something on a regular basis. And this fractal on Tesla is looking very similar to Rivian, right? Even has this movement up here, even had the bearish divergence. I'm sure if we flip back over, lower high, right? Comes all the way back down, took out this low, a lower low, macro higher low, kind of bouncing up. Got this long downward trend line going back from July. So many similarities, Rivian and Tesla. You could probably do like a side-by-side comparison and do deeper dives and watch it if you're trading one or the other. Hope that helps. If you're not smashing a like on that, we're doing this live, right? This isn't scripted. There's no editing, right? I probably should edit. I probably should script. Probably be a lot better. But we're going to keep it real. We're going to keep it real. And we're going to keep it unedited. We're going to keep it live, right? And so I'm sure we'll make mistakes, and sometimes we'll make some magic, right? FET. Jesse, when you get a second, been holding fat. Okay, let's do it. FET. FET. Pretty sure it's crypto. I think I've covered this one before. Yep. All right, so let's take a look at it. Whew, 1 hour, 3 minutes. How we doing, everyone? Been holding fat stack. Would you take a profit? Obviously not financial advice. The daily chart is bullish still, right? The daily chart is still bullish. That's the first thing we look at. What a big move from this long-term breakdown, right? So big consolidation, big move up, consolidated, right? Consolidated was from February all the way. So another similar looking pattern, so what we basically just saw on, I've seen this pattern play out before, right? Big expanded move up, followed by a huge correction. People lose interest again, puts in a higher low, right? Fills all this back up, right? And then did this just happen on Tesla? Did it just retrace? Is it going to find another higher low? Whether it breaks out, kind of does it underneath like the trend line here, even comes back for a back test, and then expands higher, takes out that level, like consolidates before it, and then takes that out. That could be a Tesla move, right? That could be a possible Rivian move that we're looking at, right? So that is fetch.ai. AI is hot, right? That narrative is hot. AI has been AI has been around, but since ChatGPT for the last year, last 13 months when ChatGPT went live, I think it was November, right? November 2022. It's been really hot. And it seems like it's just going to evolve faster and faster and faster. Whether that's good or not, I don't know. But it took out this high. So after a sharp move up, don't make me put on the fractal again. Wait, where is it? Yeah, don't make me put on this fractal. Where is it? Oh, come on. Oh, why did it do that? Okay, let's see. Let's see. Let's make this small. Don't make me put this fractal on over here. All right, let's do that. Let's do that. It's probably gonna be a lot different, right? But let's just take a look at it for fun. Since we're having fun today, let's have some fun. Let's see that. Oh, it's taking too much time, but that's okay. It's okay. I got time. You got time? I got time. Let's do that, right? And that. So, there are some similarities, but completely different too, right? So you got the move up, comes down like that, but it took a lot longer, right? So kind of expanded out like that. You can move it up, stuff like that. Similar idea though. Anyways, push up, consolidate it for a lot longer, right? It was crypto bear market, and after a push up back in February, and so kind of consolidate, and push up and takes us out. So it's still bullish on the daily chart, making a move higher. Took out this pivot point here. That is a bullish move. Weekly chart uh, is ultra bullish. I mean, it's flying right now. It's flying. Doesn't mean there won't be corrections along the way. Made a higher high, right? So you got a macro higher low, and you've got a higher high here. So it's ultra bullish on the weekly chart. Uh, it's bullish on the daily chart. Expect corrections along the way, but kind of just had a correction down here, right? So on this weekly candle, it wicked down, from wick to wick, dropped 20% and then flipped right back around. Super ultra bullish, right? So if you got in low, what was your price point? Because if you got in low, maybe this is like a long-term hold for you, because what if it explodes higher, right? What if it explodes higher? Expect, this is catching lightning in a bottle, right? So you got one, you have a 2-month pump here. You've got a couple month pump there, and that's it. So far, these are just been like 1 to 2 month pumps. So just be aware of that it could pump for 1 or 2 months, and we're already at October to December. We're already at that 1 to 2 month pump. Maybe it continues pump up, but if it gets wicky on the weekly chart, right, then that's probably your cue to just lock in those profits, right? Obviously not financial advice, but here's what we're looking at, right? Here's kind of a tell, and you probably have to look at lower time frames. If we looked at it, there's probably bearish divergence, right? Probably. But if you look at it from this standpoint, the weekly chart, you got a wick here, big wick there, very wicky there, wicky, and no wick right now. So a lot can happen in a week, but still, those are great, right? If you got in a buy signal on the weekly chart and you got out based off like these wicks up here, like even if you took profit there, you got in here and then you got out up here on these closes with all these wicks, those are still massive moves. So it's all about where you get in at, right? Then it makes it easier to take profits, because say you don't get out where the wicks are, you get out where these closes are. You get in here, you get out here, right? You get in here, you get out here. You'll probably do better than most people out there. You probably do better than most. Right now, you're trying to push it as long as possible. You got a buy signal here, right? There's no wick on the weekly charts here. What if it starts, closing here and gets some wicks up like that, right? So that's what you're watching for. That is the game plan. Hope that helps. Hopefully you make some life-changing money, SEP or if this is a longer term. Because here's the thing, you could always, if it starts getting wicky, you always take profit. And then if there's another higher low, you buy back in, and you can make some even more life-changing money. So you got to decide what's best for you. ARK. Oh my God, ARK. How many of you got G-Rod? ARK. I know I have ARK on here. Let's see. Where's ARK? Where is ARK? Oh, okay. I'll just look it up. All right, let's take a look at ARK. We're going hard today. We're going hard today, folks. ARK. Where are we at? We got 49 minutes. I'll get off before Pal. I know he's more important. I know he's more important. Where is ARK? Oh, I just did it. Where is it? Okay. Let me do it again. All right. ARK. Oops. ARK. There we go. Okay. There we go. ARK. All right. So you have the reverse candle on the weekly chart, then a buy signal, right? It got crushed to the downside, right? Crushed to the downside all the way down. You got to trust the charts, 81%. Trust the charts greater than trust Cathie Woods, right? Cathie Woods, the whole entire way, she'll probably look smart now that the charts are reversing back around. But here's the problem. Cathie Woods was on YouTube, Twitter X app, and live TV, right? Buying the dip, buying the dip, buying the dip, buying Zoom, buying Zoom. And I was shorting Zoom back then. I was shorting Zoom. I was shorting the highs, right? She was spending $100 million, not of her own money, most likely. She was spending your investor money, right? She's buying Zoom and PLTR and everything else back in 2021, hundreds of millions of dollars of investor money. And she lost it, right? Obviously, probably people lost a lot of money. But I was calling her out on Twitter X app. I was calling her out. I was saying, for $1 million, I could tell you to sell your position. Well, the Sniper Discord is only $29 with a sharpshooter indicators. And for $29 a month, you could have outperformed Cathie Woods on these calls back here, right? So she's losing investor money for $100 million, probably on this buy signal. Well, guess what? There was a sell signal after that, right? And I was talking about, hey, I think there's going to be a bigger correction. Right? And I was saying it over and over again. There's divergences, all that stuff, right? And in hindsight, there's a huge sell-off, right? We didn't know for sure. We didn't know if it was guaranteed or your money back, but I certainly wasn't buying here, right? I certainly wasn't buying or investing there. I was looking for shorts, and I was looking for short the bounces. And some of them, there was some assets out there like Alibaba that was kind of leading the way and all that stuff. So I was looking at multiple things when I was shorting. And so ARK, don't trust the noise. Don't trust the narratives. Trust what you see in the charts. What a massive move this was from here to there, right? 200%, right? Even on ARK. And then what a massive move from here all the way down to there, right? 75% off. So fast forward to ARK. This could be the low. And if we're thinking about this from a neutral standpoint and being unbiased, right? Being unbiased, even though I just let you know my thoughts on Cathie Wood and her talking head as an expert with all of her expert people that she probably pays millions of dollars to spend hundreds of millions of dollars on your stuff, on your investments. Could be a low, could be. This could be a higher low, could be, right? So if price comes out and closes and takes out this weekly pivot point here at $49, that would be a higher high, and that would be confirmed higher low, right? But it is bullish on the weekly chart as of right now. Another thing to note is it is below the 200-week moving average, and we flip that over to the 200-day because we talked about this. Oh, wrong one. If we talked about this, that the one-day chart, right? So many investors believe that if price is above the 200-day moving average, it's a bull market, right? It's bullish. And if it's above the 200-week moving average, probably some more algorithms will kick in that hedge funds or whatever or long-term investors will buy above the 200-week. So it's below the 200, but it's above the 200-day moving average. I know, confusing, right? Confusing, right? So there was a reverse candle on the daily chart. There's a buy signal. There's a pending reverse candle, but it could just be a retracement, a back test, right? Target 1, 2, 3, or 4, possibly, and then make its move out. But it did get rejected at this pivot point here on the weekly chart. So get pretty far extended away on the weekly chart. Let's drop down the daily chart. Probably have some bearish divergence. It's probably it was ultra bullish and it's coming up short. So probably going to consolidate, possibly fill this gap, put in a higher low, right? So it's possible that it does all that. Yep, there is bearish divergence, right? Called it out. I've seen this time and time again, right? Bearish divergence, overbought, stuff like that. So seems like you could probably buy the dip lower than it currently is right now. But but one thing to think about, it is bullish on the daily chart and it is bullish on the weekly chart. So if anything, it'd be your best case, is probably some sort of a buy the dip scenario like that, right? Maybe even back test the 200-day moving average or the 200-week moving average stuff. Oh, the 200-week is up there, right? Back test it and then comes up and retest the 200. So at some point, it's going to retest the 200-week moving average. Let's go ahead and switch this back, and let's switch that back to a 1 week, right? So that is all the way up at 1 week is at $72. At some point, it's going to retest it. When? We don't know, right? It'll probably take some time to play out. It is the weekly chart after all. That's ARC. Holy moly, guacamole. Any take on that? Appreciated. Step her. Hopefully we got it. You know it's not financial advice, my man. You know it. Nice winky builder, my man. Yes, sir. What else? What else do we got? Thank you, Rick's Moneymakers Health In. Yep, covered it. Thank you, Tesla John. You got it. Thank you, Luis. Good morning. Welcome back, Luis. Yeah, I hate Hood as a brand stated Rivian, but I'm starting to see more Rivian trucks in Orange County, right? I'm starting to see it. I think there's a Rivian in Orange County. I've driven by there before. Maybe it's just a headquarters or maybe it's just an office space. It's not manufacturing. That'd be too expensive in Orange County, right? But it's definitely an office building, Rivian. And I'm seeing more and more Rivian trucks in Orange County. Tesla is everywhere in Orange County. Orange County, all I see is Tesla cars, right? Seems like all I see it. Nah, no Rivian. Okay. I don't think I ever did the 3-day. Sorry. Well, next time. Remind me next time. Was just making a comment. Cool. Thank you, though. You got it. I did want ARC, though. You got it. Let me know if you got any follow-up questions on ARC. But can you skip till tomorrow, sir? Well, we covered it. That doesn't work. Let's see. Okay. Lucasian, that doesn't work for me. Some random pastor message. What are you talking about? Lucasian, I'm not sure what you're talking about. Let me know. Tia, crypto is a small cap that I'm looking for future holdings before full bill run. You mean, I know what you mean. Bull run. Daniel Sun, let's take a look at it. Tia. I think I've charted this one before, right? I'm pretty sure I have. Tia. Let's see. Tia. Not much chart history here, right? I can't really chart anything here for you, Daniel Sun. I'm sorry, Daniel Sun. I can't chart anything for you. There's just no chart history for me. Maybe there's a better exchange, only if it is actually in TradingView. Haha. Oh, I see. Yeah, I can't really. There's not much for me to do, right? There's not much for me. I like something with a little bit more chart history. Otherwise, it's guessing, and I don't want to guess. Like if you're already in a position, that's one thing because maybe it'll start to flip back around. But being that Binance has only had it since the end of October, early November, right? Yeah. Sorry, my man. There's just nothing there for me to chart. Thoughts on total 3. Looks like a breakdown from 403 to 410 is in the cards. We can take a look at it. I haven't looked at total 3 in a long time. see total. I don't think I've looked at it in a long time. Crypto total market cap. I don't even have it saved on here. 1.5 trillion, up 1%. This is the daily chart, right? I mean, it just looks like a lot of the crypto assets. That's why I don't look at it that often, right? You got a buy signal, probably got bearish divergence, overbought, starts to look very similar. And it's also always looks very similar to Bitcoin, right? Because Bitcoin is the majority. So total 3, I don't look at it too much, right? Because it just looks similar to, I'm always looking at Bitcoin and crypto anyways. So when I'm already seeing Bitcoin and crypto look similar, then total market cap is going to look similar too. So yeah, I don't think I look at it too often, but there is bearish divergence on it. There is bearish divergence, and it looks very similar. So not much to really report. G-Rod, smash the like button. Let's get it. Thanks, G-Rod. Thank you. Thank you. Ali, what up, Ali? Welcome back. Hi, Sniper. 18-hour Bitcoin buy signal and sharpshooter. Okay. Oh, my God. You're going to make me do this, G-Rod? Oh, my God. We got to do it. We got to do it. Is it under the trending dots? Is it under the trending dots? Probably. Probably. Let's go to the 18-hour. Oh, I don't have it on this one. I don't have it on. I'm going to add it. Am I going to add it? See, hours. We'll do 18. I have it on my other one. I have 2 premium trading accounts, one for mine and one for Market Sniper. So I needed it for Market Sniper as well, so I have to pay double, but I needed it to house all my indicators. So Market Sniper Pro houses all the indicators, not only sharpshooter indicator 3.1, sharpshooter candles, and then also all the bot alerts, bots, all that stuff. So all the bots, everything, screeners, everything is on Market Sniper Pro. So anyways, let's add it. Right? 18 hours. There we go. Yeah, so I had a sell signal. It's below the trending dots as of right now. So yeah, buy signal, but and the daily chart's still bullish, but below the trending dots are currently down. So just want to point that out. Might as well leave 18 hours on there. Even the 12-hour chart has a pending buy signal. Because it may be finding support at target 3, right? This is what we're staying neutral. 8-hour chart had a sell signal, has a pending buy, all under the trending dots as of right now. 4-hour chart, where is that? 1.64%. 4-hour chart is above the trending dots, right? We pointed that out, and now it also has a pending buy signal. So that might be it. The bottom might be in. It's possible. So we'll find out. But this was a big move down. It found at least temporary support here. It regained the trending dots in the 4-hour chart. Now we have a pending buy signal above the trending dots. So it could come all the way back up here. And then we'll watch to see if it puts in a lower high, right? We'll watch to see if it puts in a lower high or if it continues upward, right? So if it continues upward, that's what we're kind of watching and waiting for, right? So if you're taking a long position, it's okay to take a long position, right? It's okay if you're going to be more aggressive, but just keep in mind that it's possible it gets rejected at, say, the trend line, right? It's possible it retraces. Here, let me change some of these drawings to yellow, right? Finds temporary support. Let's change this. Finds temporary support on Bitcoin. Pushes back up to this retracement, kind of fills in this big move down, retraces, gets rejected. You got a downward trend line right here based off the 4-hour chart, and then continues downward. So seems like it's found temporary support. I'm going to find out it's going to run into resistance. Is it going to put in a lower high, or is it going to break through, even come back test it, and take off to the upside, right? So that's what you're kind of watching and waiting for. Or if you're more aggressive, you got in back down here. you got in around here, you're more aggressive based off of lower time frames. If you drop down the 1 hour chart, you got in even before that, right? There's a buy signal back here, bullish divergences. You've got higher lows on the 1 hour chart. And if you got in back here at 41.46, depending on what your time frame is, depending on what your strategy is, right? You got in down here, you got in down here or here, whatever it is. You bought off key support here at target 3. Then you're going to find out if it's just a retracement and it's going to put in a lower high before continuing down. So that's kind of the two scenarios mapped out. We even mapped it out on a higher time frame that it could possibly happen before this broke down. We put in these two scenarios before it hit target 1, before it hit target 2, before it hit target 3, and it has not hit target 4 yet, right? We put in those scenarios before it happened. Many people talk about it after it happens. After I lay out my charts, after I put out videos, they put out their own charts. They put out their own videos, right? It's okay. They can do that. I'm not saying they're copying my charts. I'm just saying that it's possible I give them the confidence to also lay out the charts and also put out videos. Whether that's on big YouTubers out there or big Twitter X app accounts out there, whatever, right? It seems like, I'm not saying I'm always first or whatever, but in my sphere, right? In my sphere of Twitter X app or whatever that I see, it seems like I was putting out the video here and then everyone starts putting out videos in Twitter X app here, right? So we're trying to stay one step ahead. We don't always do that. We have a pending buy signal on the 4 hour chart. These two scenarios are already mapped out ahead of time. And so we're just letting it play out in advance, right? So that's what it is. Killing it, Jesse. Thanks for your look and take on this. It means a lot. You got it, Sepper. You got it. 4K mods. Welcome back, 4K mods. Hello, Jesse. Hello, Jesse. Daniel. Alien. I don't know. Let's go, Babster, Loafman. Let's go, Babster. AI equals sexy and hot. I'm not AI. 4K mods. Thank you, though. I'm not AI. A legend is in front of us all. Y'all on gang. Yup. Thank you. I appreciate that, Babster. I'm a legend in my own mind. I'm a legend in my own mind. You gotta have confidence. But if you trade options, right, it keeps me humble. Trading options keeps me humble. Trading with high risk leverage on Forex keeps me humble. So I'll continue to do that. I'll continue to trade over there, keep me humble. Trading spot, trading stock without any leverage. My head probably wouldn't fit through the door. But I stay humble. I try to stay humble. But you got to keep with confidence too. You got to keep that confidence. You got to keep that sharpness. But you also have to stay humble. And it's like a delicate balance. I don't know. It's tough. Tough balance. We dance with it every day. I'm interested in ARC as well if you have some time. Yep, covered it. You got it. Average entry around 15 cents. So when I'm going through it, is that fetch? I can't remember. If so, that's amazing, Sepper. That is amazing. Remember, it's pumped on average like 1 to 3 months and then dump back down. So when you start talking about life-changing money and it pumps for 1 to 3 months, we start thinking naturally that what about all the possibilities that could happen? What are the possibilities? We could flip 1,000 into 10,000. We could flip 10,000 into 100,000. We could flip 100,000 into a million. We could flip a million into 100 million into a billion, right? That's just the natural way we start thinking about things, right? You start getting wins. You start getting confidence. And one of the things we talk about in the recorded coaching, we have videos on it. We talked about it. We covered it back in March, back in April, back in May, back in June of 2022. We covered it. We talked about it. If you've had like 9 straight wins in a row, first you got to learn. First you got to have a win. But then you start gaining momentum. And you have like 9 wins in a row. and you start building up that confidence. And that's when you make your next mistake, right? Not because your strategy, because you didn't follow your strategy. You started, instead of taking the time to map out each and every single trade or each and every single investment, whether you're long term, midterm, shorter term, day trades, scalps, whatever it is, you've gone against your own strategy, and you're cutting corners because you're so confident. You skip steps, right? So we talk about this. After you've had like 9 wins in a row, you might start to skip steps. I tell you this, and then coaching people are like, you were right. I had 9 wins in a row. We celebrated together, right? You told me about your wins, and I told you when you had your wins, watch out. Your next loss is around the corner. Watch out. Don't skip steps, right? Don't take on too much risk. Don't take on too much high leverage with larger amounts, right? Then you start shooting from the hip. Instead of being a super sniper and mapping it all out and taking entry and knowing your exits and blah, 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 all the things I always talk about and blah, 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 right? With all of that, you start shooting from the hip. You start shooting without that sniper precision. That's when you're going to have your next loss. And it could be a big one. And it's hard to come back from a major loss, not only financially, but mentally. So let's keep going. It's no longer a pending buy. Live, real time. The indicator is working, right? The indicator, it's not just telling you after it happens. It's not just telling you after the close. It's happening in real time that there is a pending buy, right? There's a pending buy on Bitcoin 4-hour chart in real time. It's not just happening after the fact. We're always trying to stay one step ahead. Let's keep going. Take profit already half stack at 30 cents. Now deciding for the rest. Yeah, I mean, you could scale out, but I kind of mapped it out in the weekly chart. You've already took half. That's great. Realize those gains. And if it starts to get wicky in the weekly chart, right? Possibly you try to push it to then. Olson, finally able. You misspelled my name. No, you spelled it correctly. You didn't misspell my name. Finally able to catch you live again at 1.25x speed. Awesome. Then we'd have to try to talk a little bit faster and go like this, 1.25 speed. I don't know if you can keep up. Let's go. Oh, we're having fun today. Hour and 32 minutes. Oh, if we go over an hour and 30 minutes, we might have to flip the cap backwards. Or maybe if we go over an hour, maybe that'll be a new thing. Should we make it a new thing? If we go over an hour, here we are on live, making live decisions, right? On live. If we go over an hour live stream, because the plan is to go 1 hour live, right? 1 hour live. If that is the plan, right? Do we flip? Let me know in the comments. Do we flip the hat backwards, go into overtime, go into it? We're going to try to do at least an hour a day. If we go into overtime over an hour and maybe steal the thunder from General Powell over there, President Powell of the markets, right? 26 minutes to the countdown. Then do we flip the cap backwards? If so, let me know in the comments. If so, we will start a new ritual. We'll start it. Okay, let's keep going. Oh, we're losing our mind now. G-Rod. What else? We're having too much fun. We need you to stay until market close. Oh, God. I would have to leave. Come back, get some water. I'd have to keep it running. I don't know. If we have at least 30 live viewers, we have 32 right now. I would probably go get some more water and stay on for Powell. But I don't know if I can compete with Jerome Powell. I don't know if I can stay on to the market close. Holy moly guacamole. I don't get paid enough, right? I don't get paid enough. I'm going to make like no money on this live stream, just FYI. So we're doing this for free, but we're having fun. Yeah. Oh, damn. I meant Olson. Yep. It's been a while. Yep. You've probably been cheating on us, Aldo. You've probably been cheating on us. Probably been on another live stream. That's okay. Welcome back. Bars pattern, copying thing doesn't work for me. Won't let me paste across. Need to look at it. Oh, I got it. Oh, yeah. So you can clone it, uh, and then you can copy and paste. So yeah, I don't know. You have to probably check into it, but yeah, it should work. Maybe it doesn't work. Maybe it's only premium accounts location. I'm not sure, but it works on my premium accounts. I don't know what you're on. Maybe double check to see if it allows that or does not allow that. It seems that it would be able to allow copy and pasting. That'd be kind of interesting. BDG, good morning, snipers. Man, we're gonna get through all these. We're gonna get through all these comments. I promise. Good morning, snipers. 1 hour, 35 minutes, 12-hour pending, 18-hour, 12-hour, 8-hour, and 4-hour is all pending on buy signal, right? G Rod, we need that. We need those dots. Yep, we need those dots. Total 3 excludes BTC and ETH. We looked at total. Yeah, but they look similar, right? But they look similar. Okay. But thanks for looking at requests. You got it. You got it. Crypto chart R&R. Thanks, Jesse. You got it. Can you recommend us some books? I've never read one trading book. Seems crazy, right? I've never read one trading book. So, no, honestly, I can't recommend a trading book. I'm self-taught. I've picked things up here and there, right? When I was starting out, I dove in the charts. I was trading before I was ready. I started in options, right? I started in options trading, and then you know, I've picked up some things here and there from like YouTube, but a lot of things I picked up on YouTube, I back tested, and it was probably maybe 90% of things I back tested from like so-called experts or more that I was saying are BS out there, right? So just be careful what you spend your money on. But no, unfortunately, no, I guess fortunately, right? I've never read a trading book ever. Self-taught. These indicators are built off of the strategies. Obviously, I didn't invent RSI divergences, right? But what I did discover I didn't discover relative strength, obviously. Obviously, I didn't discover relative strength. Obviously, I didn't discover RSI divergences. But backtesting RSI, backtesting and studying RSI and studying divergences, I have discovered how to nail possible targets based off of divergences. So that if I have a claim to fame, right, to my own self in my own mind, obviously nobody else, right, or maybe a couple people, but if I had a claim to fame ever, when all things are said and done, I've never seen anyone else have targets based off of divergences based off of RSI. So, anyways, take that for what it is. Doesn't mean anything. Whatever. No, I don't. Flip the cap. Okay. Is that it? Is that it? Over an hour, we flip the cap. Okay. You are the best, Doc. You're the man. Are we hitting 48K? No, 50K. Doc says it's inevitable. It's inevitable that 48K gets hit first. It is possible. It is still on the table before this target. What longer term target gets hit first? Is it going to be this target? Doc, will it be inevitable that Bitcoin hits 50,000? Man, I'm getting tired now. 1 hour, 38 minutes. Will it hit 50,000 like Doc says? Or will it come down here and put in a higher low before the halving first, right? We laid out these two scenarios. We talked about it before it hit these targets to the downside. We talked about it. Would it break down? Would it hit targets to the downside? Would it find support at target 3 or 4, bounce, and then rally up to hit this longer term target prior to the halving, prior to coming back down? So we'll find out. Babster, one day we'll remember the days when we had this time with the king without 1,000 people on live. Yeah, but I think my memory is pretty good, right? I think my memory is pretty good. And you guys will remind me, but the time that we're spending now, as long as you don't change your name, Papster, I'll remember. I should remember your name, right? Because you guys are here in the early days. Now, John changed his name, but it was kind of that we renamed John to Tesla John. So if you're going to stick around for 2024 and we continue these live streams, I'm committing to be at least on these live streams for 2024, probably 2025, assuming we're in the Bitcoin bull run. But I don't like to make 5-year plans, and I don't like to make 10-year plans because so much can change. I'm committed to being non-committal. Obviously, I'm committed to my wife, right? But I am committed. When I make a commitment of these live streams, no, I wanted to do it for at least 2024, right? And they take up a lot of energy. And I go hard. I put my all into it, right? I even paid for equipment, stuff like that. Because if I want to do it, I want it to be a good one, right? So I want to do it good. But yeah, we're third. We had 30 live, and you know, maybe one day we have 50 live, and then maybe one day we have 100 live, and then maybe 200. So it seems like it'd take a long time to get to 1,000 people live, but I'll most likely I'll remember you. You guys are here almost every day, right? Yes, I agree, Babster. Thank you, Tesla. John, thanks, Babster. Were you embarrassed by the 3-0 win against the? Oh God, G-Ride. Oh my goodness. Oh my God, goodness. I was not embarrassed for the defense, right? I'm very, very, very proud of the defense. The defense hasn't given up a touchdown in I think 12 quarters. So yes, am I an optimist? Yes, G Rod. Am I I'm a forever Vikings fan, and it's been painful, but I'm very loyal. I'm very loyal to the Vikings, right? And the defense, I always look for the good, right? But I understand the bad too. So the defense has been amazing, right? They are the main reason we're 7-6 and in the playoff hunt, right? They are the main reason. They are the main reason why we didn't go further in the playoffs last year. So we got to give shout out. I know it's not a football channel, but you brought it up. And we're already in overtime. We're already in overtime, hour 42 minutes. And we have like 20 minutes before you guys got to jump on the Powell over there because you're so interested in Powell, right? I can't compete with General Powell. But the defense is amazing. Brian Flores, the defense coordinator, he should be defense coordinator of the year if they even have that. He turned it around from a crappy side to an amazing side. And I called it to my dad on a phone call when they announced Brian Flores, even before so when he was still he hadn't committed. I said, we need Brian Flores. We need him. And I was right. I'm not always right, but I was right. And but yeah, the offense is embarrassing. But we had our fourth string quarterback. We had a fourth string quarterback. We picked up Dobbs midseason, fourth string quarterback, and this is it. I'll end it here. And now we're back to our second string quarterback, and he pulled out a win at the end. At our second string quarterback went 9 for 13. I am optimistic. We've got the defense. We've got all the weapons, or most of the weapons, minus Kirk Cousins. Say what you want. I have my thoughts on him too. But we're back to our second string quarterback, and we might make a run. Hey, Nick Foles did it with the Eagles. They beat us in the NFC Championship. That hurt too. Anyways, that's it for the comments. I'm not seeing too much else. We no longer have a pending buy signal on Bitcoin 4-hour chart. Let's just take a quick glance down. I'm just going to arrow down. Bitcoin dominance, Ethereum, Sol, Chainlink, right? Chainlink, Near, where we at? ADA, Dot. Just taking a glance at all of them, right? So Bitfarm, ultra bullish. This is a 4-hour chart. Keep that in mind. Hut, wicked all the way down. Yes, was it yesterday or today, right? Today's Wednesday. And who knows if that's going to find support from there. We'll find out. Hive 1.91%, right? We'll find out. CLSK getting back above the trending dots 4-hour chart. Marathon, NASDAQ flat still, right? We'll see. I think with that 1 hour, 45 minutes, I think that's the longest we've ever gone on a live stream. So thanks for all of your support. I appreciate you. Thanks for smashing the like button. Thanks for smashing the subscribe button and going through all these comments. And we knocked it out together. Enjoy Powell in the next 15 minutes. Hope you have a good time with Powell. And we'll see you tomorrow on the next one, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Bapster, thank you. Thanks all of you. Thank all of you, market snipers. I appreciate it. And from that, we'll see you tomorrow on the next one. Have a good day.